Hi. So it's a really nice, beautiful day. As you can see, there's a lot of change in my life. Very, very quick update. My hair is all gone, but more importantly, that lovely patch of garden that I had earlier is all gone. It's a massive, massive change in my life. I've switched jobs. I left my prior employment in Sonipat to take up a new job here in Mumbai. It's a beautiful, beautiful new phase. Lots of new things to look forward to career wise and otherwise, but going from that tiny patch of land where I was growing a lot and where most of my vegetables were coming from, I have now gone to this. You'll be really, really surprised. So you can see I have just started a small sapling uh, garden here. It's a very tiny space, as you know, in Mumbai. There's not a lot of space. So my big, big, big garden has gone. All of that land growing in the soil directly. And here I am in a tiny little balcony space. You can see here I have my chili saplings which I picked up from a local nursery. Growing pretty okay in a soilless medium. I have just rice husk and vermicompost, some coconut coir. And here is the samefully. I picked up some samefully from the vegetable market which had become really big and planted the seeds, so I have one popping out here. This one is a pumpkin because it's easy to grow. Even a small pumpkin will do from a pot. These are some tomatoes, some sponge gourd. These are primarily salads, arugula and lettuce. Um, these are again tori, that is sponge gourd. The idea is that this balcony space has something for it to kind of climb up on. So I've grown some of that creeper variety, pumpkin included. This is primarily romaine lettuce, which is also sprouting. There are some old seeds, so not all of them have sprouted, but a few of them are enough for the moment. I picked up some curry leaf saplings from a homestay nearby and some turmeric as well. They're struggling. Hopefully they will do well. So yeah, so can you imagine? I mean, going from that tiny patch where all my vegetables were grown to going to these kind of tiny little balconies where I'll now have to grow. You know what? I'm completely up to the challenge because after coming here, I've been buying vegetables again from the market, and the thing is that when you get used to growing your own vegetables and eating them, tomatoes for instance, they taste so good, and you just don't want to eat the market tomatoes anymore. No matter how nice they look and no matter how beautiful and ripe they look, they just don't taste as good as the tomatoes that you grow yourself. So my first attempt actually now is to grow the tomatoes. I want to grow tomatoes. I want to grow some lettuce for our salads. We're really missing our lettuce. I've also popped in some kale. I don't know if the kale will really sprout, but I'm hoping, because kale is a cold weather plant, so is lettuce. I'm not really sure how much of these cold weather plants I can grow here in Mumbai. Right now it's the end of the rain, so it's still a little bit cool. My hope is that by the next 2 to 3 months I'm beginning to have something to eat from this. I have just purchased some larger pots which you could see earlier underneath the sapling pots. The idea is to, of course, transplant them. I have these tiny balconies. I have about 3 of them that I can use over here. I will be moving to another house, probably in December and January, and where hopefully I'll have more balcony space to grow in. Actually have a larger balcony, but the problem is I don't get a lot of light over there. So the vegetables may not really grow very well there. I can keep some indoor plants, but I can't really grow vegetables in that balcony. So this is a little bit of an update to a new life, but this is probably the way in which most of us live. We have tiny balconies, tiny spaces. So I'm completely up to the challenge. I mean, I had the luxury of a larger space before, but this is going to be the really, the real challenge of growing a lot to eat in tiny little spaces. And I take this challenge. I hope to post videos on a regular basis from now onwards, given that we are now a little bit settled, and show you what's happening in my garden as well as in my kitchen. Now in Mumbai, I have a lot of help in the kitchen. So the idea being that I should be able to pull out a little bit of time for cooking those kind of meals that I've always wanted to cook but never had the time to cook. So I'll keep you updated.